I'm trying to give back through programs like Susan to help people learn how to build a great company and create more jobs.
Not a complex goal, but one that requires an awful lot of work, starting new businesses and enrolling others in that culture in an effort to create jobs in this country. We met the CEO of a startup called 3Cinteractive on our 30 Million Jobs tour. You just heard him. Well, a new Census Bureau report shows that in 2010, startups, as we have been discussing for some time, were responsible for more than 2 million jobs, while the private sector overall lost as many jobs, as mature businesses frequently make more money firing people than they do hiring them. New businesses must hire to have a chance, and John Duffy knows that well. He's back with us today, and he is still hiring. Why is it that new businesses are so much more inclined to hire and old businesses are so much more inclined to fire?
Man, you know, it's about scale, right? We have an opportunity to grow a business, expand our margins, and you cannot build a great company without great people. You can maintain a business, right? It's very different to create one. That requires talent and humans. When
you hear the statistics, when we talk about, you know, the Kaufman Foundation, these other places, they say 2/3 of all new jobs or 3/4 of all new jobs. Does it surprise you that startups are where jobs are created?
No, but you know, I'll divide that a little bit, right? Because we have hired 50 people in our business in the past year, right? We build a platform that helps our consumers connect with our clients, right, on their mobile device. We hire great people that are already well employed. So it's not 50 brand new jobs, right? We're creating an opportunity for people to join a really cool company, and they want that, right? What really excites me is career creation, right? Hiring a recent college graduate, teaching them how to build a business, how to perform well, how to measure their performance, right? And have fun along the way, create a career.
So you said you've hired 50 people. Are you still hiring?
Yes, we have 12 open positions right now.
And do you believe that how much of your prosperity right now and need to continue hiring is a function of being in the right business, which is expanding wireless connectivity activity, and how much do you think is an economic indication? How much of it do you think is the very specific thing that you're doing?
It's a great question. At 3Cinteractive, we believe the people are everything. So we will not be successful if we don't continue to add great people to the team. We're in a big market, mobile communications. We're solving a painful problem. We're helping our clients connect with their consumers, vice versa. We have a good plan. Right? We are good, successful entrepreneurs. We know how to bootstrap the business. We know how to create value for our shareholders. That's what running a great startup is about. That's me living the American dream.
And how much of that culture do you think do you believe that culture is expanding or contracting?
Absolutely expanding.
In this country?
Absolutely expanding. It's everywhere. You can get a master's degree in entrepreneurism at 3 different universities in South Florida.
And for those who, some people feel very comfortable with this. Other people, the thought of having to deal with starting a business and it's never going to happen. But their desire and ability to contribute is still substantial. They just don't want to have to, because you don't want to be the guy dealing with all this mess.
Right.
Doesn't mean that you don't want to contribute in work. How do you reconcile
So I think you're asking me, do people want to just join a startup? And I would say no, they want to join a good one, right? At our company, we'll recognize it as a great
meaning a
place
good
to work.
idea.
A good idea and a good team. Right? Good people attract good people, right? We're hiring the best and brightest, and we're helping make them successful. Best part of my day right now is working with the people that this is their first job and they've been employed less than a year.
How much of your experience as a small business startup entrepreneur, understanding what you're describing to us, and understanding how related that is to job creation, the culture of investment, available investment at small levels, $20,000, $30,000, $50,000, $200,000, $2 million, not $400 million, $4 billion.
Right.
But these relatively low demand investments that can create all sorts of possibility.
Right.
How much is that whole dynamic do you feel is represented in the national political debate in this country by anybody?
Well, I think politicians, by their nature, are not great entrepreneurs. And so I don't know that they're really qualified to talk about what it takes to start a business the way I do.
But they love to talk about jobs, and they love to talk about the innovative country, and they are in charge of our money, our tax code, and our trade policy,
Yes.
which dictates everybody's access to money. So they are, whether they're good at it or not, they have the biggest influence over our educational policies, our health care policies, all of which affect entrepreneurs. Fair?
When I got my first job, my manager told me that his responsibility was to put me in an environment to be successful. I think about politicians as they should do that same thing. Create an ecosystem, an environment where I'm safe, where people get educated, we have access to health care and fire departments and all the stuff necessary.
Access to investment.
Yeah, right? A structure and an ecosystem that allows me to do what I do and be successful, create jobs.
And do you get the sense that responsibility for that ecosystem is it even relevant to you? I'm not trying to make you offer political commentary, by the way.
Right, I understand.
I'm interested in whether you feel that what your expectations of the ecosystem in exchange for your tax money and the culture and whatever that is are being met, and where the most acute benefit and deficiency might be.
You know, if I was a politician, I guess I'd be focused on the macro, and that's where they belong. I live in the micro. Right? I have to drive value today. I have to make the right hiring decision today. I have to do the right work for my customer today. I'm very micro-oriented, and so our paths don't cross very often. Right? What I'm doing is not necessarily affected day to day by the political environment.
Which is
that's how I
likely to your benefit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, a pleasure.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. This is fantastic.
Thanks for coming back, John. And he's hiring if you're looking in the wireless field. 3C Interactive is the business.